Hello guys, this is Samadan Kale and welcome to all of you on my YouTube channel. So guys, we have started this Python basic course. Now in this course, uh, we have taken all the basics of the Python. Okay. Now in the today's video, we will learn the lambda functions and the map, reduce and filter in the functions. Okay. So firstly, we will take map, reduce and filter in the functions and then the lambda functions in the Python. So before that guys, those of you, if those of you do not subscribe to my channel, please subscribe it and press the bell icon so that you will get the latest update of videos. So let's start the today's video guys. So we will take first the map function. Okay, so map in Python. Okay, so map, so let's convert it to markdown and run it. So what is map guys? The function which executes a specified function for each item in an iterable, and the item is assigned to the function as a parameter. So for this guys, we have to first define a function and then in the map you have to give the function and the iterable. Okay. So syntax for this map is, I will write syntax here. Okay. So that you will understood what is the map function. Okay. So in the map, you have to give the function name. Okay. You have to give the function. Firstly, you have to define any function and then next one is iterable. Now guys, iterable will be anything that is a list, tuple, string, okay, dictionary, anything that is iterable. Now we will see the example on the map function. Okay, so how the map function works. So I will define the function first. Okay, define. I will write my function. Yes, define my function of. Now I will give the two parameters for this function, a and b. These are the two parameters of my function a, b. Now I will return. Okay, I am defining a user defined function. Okay, so return a plus b. Return a plus b. Okay, so I have defined the function my function. Now I will use the map function on this my function. So I will use x is equal to I'm storing this uh, map function to the x variable. So x is equal to map of, I will write the function name. Okay. Now my function name is my function. Yes, my function, comma. Now I'm going to use the iterable guy. Okay. So iterable will be anything, list, tuple, string, or anything that we want. Okay. Now I'm here use the two tuples. Okay. So I will use this as a string A, then B. Okay. And then I'm using the C. Yes. So this is my first tuple. Now I'm using the another tuple. I'm using the another tuple. And what is the another tuple, guys? So another tuple is I'm using 1, then 2, and 3. Okay. So this is my another tuple. And if I run this, so this map is stored to the x. Okay. And if I given the x, then what I will get? Let us see. This is the map. That means it is just stored. Okay. And if I print the x, then it will give me this one. And if I want print list of x, okay, that means if I want the numbers what is present in it, so I will use print list of x that we have stored. Okay, so I will get the list of that one. Second, it's running. Yes, yes, here I have also given the strings. Okay, so I will give here some p and then q and then r. Okay, then and let's run it again, run it. Yes, so I will get it is added. So see guys, my function, we have given the two parameters to the map, that is my function and these two iterables. Okay, so what is my function says? My function says the two parameters get added. That means this A and P are get added. Then B and Q are get added. Okay. Suppose if I will give only one this A, B and C, then what will happen, guys? It will not give me anything. Yes, it will not give me anything because we have to give the two parameters here. We have to give the two parameters. Suppose I'm giving the one parameter and I write here A star 2. Yes, that means I want to repeat this one. Now I will get the output, guys. Let us see. A is repeated two times. Okay, so this is the map function, guys. Now we will see the filter function. We will see the filter function, how filter function is working. Okay, so filter. What is the filter function? We will see by example. So what is filter, guys? The filter function returns an iterator. It will return an iterator where the items are filtered through a function. That means the items get filtered through a function to test if the atom is accepted or not. If the atom is accepted or not, we have to test it. Yes. So syntax for this filter function is, I'm writing the syntax here. Yes. So the syntax, what is the syntax, guys? Syntax is you have to use the filter first. Yes, filter, and then you have to give the function name that we have defined and the iterable again. Yes, same thing, but it will be filter now. Okay, now I will take the example for the filter one. Now I'm going to take the ages. Okay, so ages, I will write in these ages in the list. So 5, then 12, then 17 and 18, and then 24, then I'm using 32. Yes, these are the ages. Okay, now I will define the function. So def my function, I will define my function, that is adults. Okay, adults, I'm using the name of the function as adults, and I will give the parameter to this function as x. Okay, now I will give the conditions on this x. If this x is less than 18, x, yes, x is less than 18, then return false. Return false. That means it is not adult. Okay, return false. And I'm using the another condition, that is else. Okay, so in the else part, I will write return true. That means if it is greater than 18, then it is a adult. Okay, so return true. So this is my function, guys. Now I am running this function. Now I will call the function by using filter. Okay, so I will store this x variable to the filter. Okay, so x is equal to filter. Yes, filter of these adults, comma, I have to give the second parameter. Now I'm giving the second parameter to this function as ages. Okay, ages, and ages is the list. So list is a iterable. Okay, now if I run this, it will be stored into the x. Okay, x, or I will write print x, and then if I want, if I want all these adults, that means how many people who are adults, then I will use for loop on this x. Okay, so for this x in or I. Yes, I will use the I in x. I in x. I have to print the value of I. I have to print the value of I. And let's run it, guys. So it will give me there are three people in this list who are adults. Who are adults. That means greater than, whose age is greater than and equal to 18. So it will be filtered. Yes, this is known as filter. Now third one is, guys, reduced one. Third one is reduce. So what is the reduce? Let's see. So firstly, reduce means what? The reduce function is used to apply a particular function passed in its argument. Okay, it is used to apply the particular function passed in its argument to all of the list elements mentioned in the sequence passed along. Okay, so this is the thing. That means we have to pass the arguments. Yes, that means guys, we have to do the same thing that we have done in the filter and map. Okay, so syntax for this one, the same one. Okay, so I will write syntax here. So what is the syntax for this? Syntax is the same that we have seen in the map and filter. So we have to write reduce, yes, reduce, and then give the function name, and then we have to give the iterable, yes, iterable, same thing that is taken. Okay, now we will see the example for the reduce. Now I will use the tuple here, yes. So T is my tuple, and in this tuple, I'm going to take the numbers 2, 1, 0, then 2, again 2, then again 0, 0, yes, 0, and then lastly 2. Okay, this is my tuple. Now I will define the addition function. Define add of x comma y, x comma y. Okay, now I will return once again. Yes, I will return x in x plus y. I will return addition of these two numbers x and y. Okay, and I will run this. This function is defined. Now I will use the reduce function. Okay, I will use the reduce function. X is equal to reduce of the function name. What we have given the function name, that is add. So add comma, we have to give the iterable. So I'm using the iterable as t, that we have defined the tuple. Okay, now I will print the x. That means it will be stored to the reduced one. Okay, and then if I run this, then what will happen? Let's see. Reduce is not defined. Okay, one second. We have to check whether it's defined or not. Filter x is equal to filter, and then x is equal to reduce. We have to give yes. Once again. So guys, here we have to do what we have to do. We have to import the function tools library. Okay, so in that function tools, all these functions, filters, maps, and reduce are defined. But directly, if we take the reduce, then it is not defined. So we have to import this function tools library. So I will import this function tools as yeah. Okay, and I have defined the function add xy, return xy. Then we have to use this reduce function from this function to library. So f dot reduce add t. That means this t is get reduced to 9. That means it is added. All these numbers are get added and we get the output as 9. So these are the three types of function: map, reduce, and filter. Okay, guys. Now we will see the lambda functions in Python. Okay, the very most important topic, lambda functions. Yes, lambda functions in Python. Lambda function. So basically, these lambda functions are important in mathematics. Okay, so when we have to do some mathematical operations and defining mathematical functions, so it's in short, we can define the lambda function. Okay. So a lambda function is a small anonymous of the function. So it can take any number of arguments. That means it has any number of arguments, 1, 2, 3, 4, or anything, but can only have one expression. That means we could not take two or three expression. It can have more arguments, more than one argument, but it can have only one expression. This is the thing that we have to remember. Now, what is the syntax for this lambda function, guys? We will see the syntax for the lambda function. So, what is the syntax? So, we have to give the lambda as a keyword. Yes, lambda. This is the keyword. After lambda, we have to give the argument. Okay, how many arguments that you have to write? You can write here arguments, no bracket, nothing is there. You have to write argument, and then you have to give the colon, and after colon, what expression you want, you can give the expression here. Okay, so this is the syntax for the lambda function. Now the expression is executed and the result will be returned. Okay. Now we will see the example of the lambda function, how it will be work. Okay. Now suppose I want to add 10 or add 10 to the argument A and return the result. Now I will use the one argument lambda function, and in that one argument I will add the 10. Okay. So I will use x is equal to lambda. Yes, lambda of this a, and then colon, I will write a plus 10. A plus 10. This is my function. Okay. If I give the x, then it will be run. Okay. Function lambda. Now, if I apply this function, so what I have to give? My function name is now x. My function name is x. So I will apply the function on x of, okay. Suppose I want 5. That means I will give the value of a as 5. Okay. Positional argument we have to give. So 5 plus 10. How many? 15. So 15 will be given. Okay. Now instead of this, if I use x is equal to lambda, yes, x is equal to lambda, I have give the two parameters a and b. Okay, two arguments, and now I will use the multiplication of these two parameters. Multiplication of these two parameters. Okay, so this is defined, and if I run this, okay, it's a defined. Now I will use x of. Now I have to give the two parameters. That means two numbers that I want to multiply. So 7 and 8 I have given. So I will get the 56 as the answer. Okay. Now suppose I want to find the mean of numbers. Mean of number. So I will give x is equal to this lambda. Yes, lambda. And I will give the three numbers a, b, c. Okay. I want to find the mean of these three numbers. So I will give the arguments for this function, three arguments. And then I will write the expression as this a plus b plus c, and it is divided by 3. Okay. That means I will get the mean of these three numbers. And if I run this function, it is stored. Now I have to give in the x function three arguments. Suppose I am giving 1, 2, and 3. These are the three numbers, and I want to find the mean of these three numbers. So the mean is 2. Okay, guys. So this is the lambda function. It's a very most important for our programming. So I hope all of you understood map, reduce, and filter and lambda functions in Python. So thank you for watching the video.